Welcome back to another episode of Lunchtime Chit Chats with your hosts, Alyssa,
Victoria,
and Alicia.
All right. Thank you guys so much for the support we had on our very first episode.
We were so nervous. We were all kind of freaking out, but we're super excited. It finally came together.
we did get some hate comments actually, guys. So I wanted to address them. We got the millennials a little bit mad because
A lot of our work colleagues were commenting saying that 90s music isn't oldies. So we want to take that back and apologize.
for your information, Spice Girls apparently isn't old.
So don't mention that.
Okay, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna just interrupt here quickly. I feel like it kind of is. but-
Right?
I know.
Everyone's going to get angry at us
Yeah,
again.
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
sorry,
It's
go on.
anyways.
Anyways, I don't know if you guys recognize, but we have someone on the pod with us today.
She's a myth. She's the icon. She's a model. She is
Lulu Laureen, guys.
Oh my God, stop!
Industry
Stop.
expert.
We're super excited to have her today. It's our second podcast and we already have a special guest, so we're really excited about this and we hope you guys stay tuned to hear everything we have planned for this episode.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with some rapid fire questions just to know you and get to know you a little bit better.
Amazing. Hi guys, how are we? We doing good? Slay.
Lulu always brings the energy, so it's perfect for us.
Yep,
big
get
ball
ready for
energy.
it, guys.
Yeah.
We had a 22-minute episode last time, but I think this one will go a bit longer
Guys, I'm a
because
yapper.
we're
Yeah.
yapping too. Don't worry.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Quick question. So, cats or dogs?
Both.
Both.
Ooh,
Do you have any
okay.
pets?
I have a cat. I used to be a dog person, but because I have a cat now, I'm like, oh, it's good. They kind of give you the attention when you want the attention.
Yeah.
They give you a bit of your space, but with dogs, it's just like always like, meh,
Yep.
which
No
I love,
dogs.
Yep.
but sometimes it
Needy.
can be a little bit hard. That's all.
I've always wanted a cat. Like I feel like I used to
Me
grow up and I was
too.
kind of scared, but I feel like they grow on you.
Yeah, but also we had two. Unfortunately, one of them passed away. But we had two, so it was really good because they learnt very quick, like not to scratch and things like that because they do it to
Learn,
each other.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, it's bad. But our cats were very, very cuddly. So my kitten, her name is Pixie. She's
I love that
very,
name.
very affectionate. Like
Yeah.
she'll come cuddle you, and it's amazing.
I always say that I want a sister or brother for my dog for company.
yeah.
My
Oh my
parents are like,
gosh,
no.
literally.
My parents are literally like, if you get a dog here, like you can leave, we'll keep the dog.
Yeah. Replace
Toss me out.
Okay, I guess.
god.
Okay, Macca's or KFC?
Macca's.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
nuggets.
I love Macca's.
The nuggets, the fries. Wow.
The quarter pounder.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, KFC is good, but I really have to be in the mood for it. And
Yeah,
like,
me
Yeah,
too.
the
exactly.
skin can just be a little bit too strong for me personally.
Sometimes, yeah, I
If
agree.
I'm gonna get chicken, I'm gonna get like Aljana.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
100.
garlic sauce.
Don't get me started on the
star.
Chicken. Oh,
Do you know what's also
Gosh.
good? The chicken snack wraps from Macca's.
oh my
Really?
god.
I
Yeah,
have not
I always
tried
get them on the
that.
side.
I love a good
Okay.
chicken
Yeah.
snack wrap.
Maybe I'll try that next time then.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next one. Morning or night?
I'd probably say night. I feel really accomplished when I do like wake up in the morning and I can just get ahead of everyone and do so many things at 5 a.m. But I would say I'm a night girly. Like I really, maybe it's the Arab in me, but I love just being able to, I feel like also I'm a creative, so I feel really inspired at night time and, I might have this brilliant idea. I'm like, okay, I have to work on this now. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
And just like with sunsets and how the night looks.
Yeah.
And bright lights and going
I
out.
quiet.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Quiet.
Me too.
What I do love about when you wake up really early in the morning though is like you realize how many hours are in the day.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're like, wow, like
Yep.
I'm still awake and it's only 6
I
p.m.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, those 5 a.m. wake ups make it so weird when you experience like a 13-hour day.
Oh, yeah, it's
wild.
insane.
Yesterday was an 18-hour day for me.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
talking
yes.
about yesterday, guys. So we might look a bit dead. It's because we literally had an
Yeah.
18-hour day. More so Lulu did.
Yeah, I was up at 4:30
Yeah.
traveling.
She was on that 6:30 a.m. flight.
I mean,
She still looked good. She was still, I don't know how you coped.
Yeah.
I know.
But we were struggling.
You did amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really
and I know
good.
like we'll get into it and stuff, but I don't know. I definitely think I'm built for it because I love it.
100%. Oh,
yeah,
I'm
for
just
sure.
like, let's
It's like the thrill,
go.
100%.
you can
Yeah.
tell you're passionate about it as
Yeah,
well.
because not
which is-
everyone can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, guys,
Stop it.
stop.
All right, maybe we should jump into getting to know a bit more about Lulu as well as the workshop that we had last night. So for the listeners who aren't familiar, Lulu, can you explain to us what UGC is about?
Okay, so UGC stands for user generated content. it gets really confused with influencer collabs and influencer marketing. But essentially, you're getting all the perks and all the benefits of an influencer without the followers. It's really cost effective for brands as well because they can save by paying a little bit less to a small creator or someone who's just really good with content creation because it's not based on the follower count. So the biggest difference between UGC and influencer marketing is the goals are different. And I spoke a little bit about this yesterday, but how good's like so fresh in my brain.
She's like, workshop, repeat.
Round two. No, so basically with influencer marketing, it's better for brand exposure and it's better for brands who want more eyeballs on their page and more exposure to a product. Just telling as many people as possible, right? It's also good if they're trying to get someone who fits their brand identity. You know, they can really focus on someone who suits that perfectly.
Yeah.
And making it like, just for example, if an influencer is posting about something completely unrelated to their niche, let's say their niche is fitness, and they're posting about something, I don't know, to do with finance, it's like, okay, well, how genuine is this?
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
are you just getting paid to do this? So that's basically it with influencer marketing. Whereas UGC, it's more about community building. It's more about authenticity. It's more about building trust with consumers. It's real people giving real reviews. It's not an influencer and it's not a model in a campaign. People like you and I can do it. It's the mums who they want to have a bit of extra money and they have kids that they're taking care of. It's the uni student who needs a bit of extra coin while they're studying. But also it's people who maybe are really passionate about content creation and love creating content, but they feel disheartened and don't want to do it because, well, I don't have the followers, so I can't actually do it.
Yeah.
That was the
But-
one thing that I really loved about UGC is that like anyone can do it.
Anyone.
Anyone,
It's
literally.
so good.
Last night I talked to so many people. I talked to a girl who was doing her master's in primary school teaching.
There you go.
And she was like, I'm like so excited to start this. And it was so cool because you might be like dabble in content creation, but
Yeah.
then actually being able to monetize that and make that a career is
Absolutely.
like
It's
super
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think all three of us had a chat after the workshop and we're like, should we start?
Yeah, I was like,
it?
I want to do
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know,
Like on the side.
you're all personable people. Like it's you want to connect with people. That's the reality. I think I always say to people when you're doing UGC, you want to talk in videos like you're actually in conversation.
Yeah.
It's the digital form of word of mouth. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with influencer marketing, really, but I think that a lot of people can get it confused. But essentially, yeah, digital word of mouth, you're promoting products, you're doing the same thing as like content as these influencers are doing, but it's a lot more real, it's a lot more authentic and just relatable, and absolutely anyone can do it. I love it, honestly. I do it full time now, and yeah, I've been able to branch out into so many industries as well, especially working with AIMS. Like you guys have so many clients.
Yeah.
So I've been able to even like diversify and work with so many different industries.
100%.
And ones that I'm also still passionate about. Like, yeah, okay, I love beauty, all things beauty. But, you know, I've worked with, I think there was like a holiday loans or I can't
Yeah,
remember.
did a finance
a
client,
finance one.
yeah.
And I was like, that's actually helpful to me. Like, you know.
I remember watching that and
Yeah.
thinking like I believed you. Like it was like so authentic, and it is.
was really
but you know what I
good.
mean? Like it's so cool to see that you can do with these different clients and have these opportunities. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, being a UGC creator, how did you even like get into that or decide that you wanted to start getting into that?
Yeah. So I started pretty early on, and I didn't even know what UGC was at the time. I just had a brand. It was actually a friend who reached out to me who had a brand. I think this was the first one that I ever properly worked on. And he basically needed some videos for his brand, and I didn't have to actually post it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Here you go. Here's the content, whatever. I did it for free. Just, it was whatever. So I didn't even know it was UGC. And then as I started learning more, I think I came across some videos and people were like, oh yeah, like, you know, do UGC, you don't need to have followers. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I think that was the biggest thing
Yeah.
that stood out to me because I was still trying to grow my account and things like that. And it's so hard with influencer marketing trying to get the paid jobs. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of free
100%,
stuff.
yeah.
And back then, I think it's starting to change a little bit when it comes to influencer marketing. Brands aren't really prioritizing the amount of followers. It's more your engagement. People are actually going to listen to you.
I know we definitely do that here. Like
Exactly.
we're really going towards the more UGC side.
Yeah, of course. And so for me, I think that was the biggest thing that stood out. I was like, oh, okay, I can do this and, you know, get paid to create content or get free products or whatever it was. And then I started looking into it more. And then I was seeing also people can do like monthly retainers and basically have regular clients that you work with on a long-term basis. And then I was looking at videos of people with portfolios, and basically I kind of fell into it a little bit because I was doing content creation, trying to do more beauty stuff for my platforms, because I'm a makeup artist and I'm just obsessed with all things beauty.
I mean, we can see it. She always
Your
feels the
makeup looks so good.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't do clients, like makeup clients anymore, but I always loved like the beauty YouTube gurus and stuff like that. So I got into content, and then I was like, but you know, free stuff doesn't necessarily pay the bills. And then the more I started getting into it, I was like, okay, portfolio, let's build that. I also made some videos at home just with like products.
Yeah.
I was saying this last night, but if you want to start, you literally can get a product from home and create content around it.
That's
Or-
such a good idea.
yeah. Or even an experience. I probably should have said that, but even with experiences, if you go and you film an experience like that is showing, you know, or even if you're getting a facial done or something like that, you can go and film that and use that. You're not getting paid for it, but at least you can film it.
That was a really cool insight from the workshop. I remember I sat there and I like nudged the girls. I was like, oh, that's smart.
I didn't even think of that
people
until
are
you
like,
said it.
"Why?
And I was like,
How do I work with brands? I'm like, go make something for free.
Yeah, like
exactly.
because like
and you
building
can
a
literally show them
portfolio.
that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
and it'll help build your portfolio as well, which is
Yeah.
really good.
yeah, so I think like that's kind of how I started out. But if anyone wanted to start it, it's so much easier now because so many brands want to work with UGC creators. So like I said, number one, you can go make videos at home with products that you already have, or you can go film an experience that you're having or a service that you're getting done. And then you can literally build a portfolio on things like Canva. Like Canva is so
Canva's
user-friendly.
love
I
Canva.
You
love
can use video editing stuff like CapCut. I'm a CapCut girly through and
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
I love it so
Same.
much. It's got so many features. And basically you start taking photos, start taking videos. And then you need to start also creating content on your platforms too. You want to start getting recognized and have people reach out. You can also reach out to brands, DM them, email them. But also, I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more, but AIMS, you guys, we have established obviously a creator network program. So it's even easier for people to start because it's like, okay, cool. You come on board with us and you have access to so many clients, like 300 plus, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, so you literally can join and then you're getting paid immediately. Like we're actually compensating you. We're instead of you having to do the outreach and the negotiation,
You're
and the
getting those
communication,
deals,
you're
yeah.
getting it already.
And you just have to do the best part, create the content.
Literally.
The fun part.
yeah.
So how do you stay motivated and connected? Because I know it can be hard to get the motivation and sometimes it's hard to think of ideas. How do you stay motivated and always like on top of the trends and getting up, filming a video, doing the editing?
I would say staying in a creative environment really helps me. The problem is sometimes it can be a little bit lonely when you're a content creator, UGC creator. You're kind of just doing everything on your own. But I'm really big on environment. So when I'm around other people who are creative, it helps me stay inspired. I also said when it came to creating content and trying to draw inspiration, I really am big on like blocking out time in my diary just purely for inspiration instead of getting stuck there doom scrolling and just not actually, I'm just consuming, I'm not actually learning, I'm not drawing inspiration, nothing. So basically, I think just being around creative people keeps me in a state of creativity and that flow. And then also blocking out time where I can get inspired through looking at social media apps and photo apps. And also, I was saying this the other day to one of my friends, I find that if I'm ever feeling like a creative block, finding something that is going to actually help you to feel inspired. For me, something as simple as walking while listening to music.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but I get so inspired. I'm like, looking, maybe because I'm a visual person, like I love so much bright colors and, you know, seeing what's around me and taking it all in. I feel like I see the world differently as a creative, and I think a lot of people would be able to relate to that. But being able to be out in the environment, see things and just draw inspiration is good. It helps you stay
Staying
creative.
inspired, I think, is super
Yeah,
important.
exactly.
Because, it can get lonely.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Give us some issues you had first starting out as a UGC creator, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, issues that I faced starting out. Sorry, I'm trying to like film this a little bit. You know,
Always on the content.
Yeah.
Stay ready. Okay, so issues that I faced with first starting out, and was it now as well? Sorry, I missed that last bit.
Yeah.
And
So
how
how
you
did you
overcame
overcome?
I'm sorry, how I overcame them. I think some issues would probably just be like obviously being compensated correctly. A lot of people just want to
Yeah.
offer free stuff. And look, you pick and choose your battles. Like there are some things, I used this example last night. If you're working with a furniture company and they're giving you $1,000 bed frame, like I'm sorry, if you're not paying me, I don't care. Like
Yeah, no,
I'm
take
getting
it.
I'm getting a
Yeah,
bed
exactly.
frame. You know, sometimes the value of something is really good if you really want the product, so that's fine. And also some people can be a little bit greedy. Like it's okay to sometimes, you know, pick and choose. But I think probably just being compensated correctly would be one thing. Also just like inconsistent communication, or even being taken advantage of a little bit, because, you know, I didn't know any better. I'm trying to figure out how contracts work and like what things that I should really include and be wary of. And, you know, people would really, and then things would get stretched out, and then it's like they try and get so much out of you where you're not being actually like rewarded
not
for
worth
that properly.
it.
It's not
That's
worth it
true.
at that point, you know? And then I think something that I would also face is, this is probably a bit of a later thing, but when I wanted to land people on more of a long-term basis, it's like building that trust does take a little while, but that was like something that's quite small. It's not really too much of an issue. But with the other stuff, how I overcame that was just learning as much as possible, listening to others who are experts in the field. I feel like I know my shit now.
Yeah.
Sorry, my language, but you know, listening to people and actually taking that all in. Even my sister's a lawyer, so like asking her questions, just being really like proactive in that sense. To
Educating
learn more.
yourself, so not
Educate
being
yourself.
taken advantage of.
Yeah. for
Exactly,
sure.
you know, and then also just being in a learner mindset every single time. This is anything with life. It's not a loss, it's a lesson, you know. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're making mistakes, or if someone's, all you got to do is like, okay, I'm going to reflect on how that went. What can I do better next time to make sure this doesn't happen to me again?
Yeah.
That's how I approach everything, to be honest.
That's great
Yeah.
advice.
Do you have any like tips or skills on what helped you thrive, or for anyone wanting to start out UGC, how to be kind of successful in it, I guess?
Yeah. I think I would definitely just pick up a damn phone and start. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of
That's like the hardest thing, just taking that first step.
100%.
It's so scary.
I mean, me and Alyssa have been like procrastinating it, and I kept saying to her like, once the UGC event like happens, I will make sure I do it.
Yep.
And I'm like, now that it's happened, I'm like, oh, need to get started. But I think that's the hardest part. Like,
100%.
But again, the tips we learned last night were so useful. Like Lulu really dived into showing us like her portfolio and everything, like everything for free. Like we got all this knowledge, and it was honestly amazing.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, no, I think it's just actually just starting. You know, people are always like, oh, well, like, where do I start? And it's like, oh, I want to do this. And like, you're actually focusing on the 1%ers before, you know, you're doing the whole, what's it called? Running before you can even crawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just, no, pick up your phone and start creating content. You will get better along the way. My first video was absolutely awful, and that's fine. Just be in that constant like readiness to be able to grow and just, yeah, that sort of mindset.
Yeah. I'm curious, what's your dream brand to work with, and have you ever turned down a brand deal, and why?
Dream brand to work with, I'm a makeup girly through and through, so I'd probably say like at this stage maybe Sephora or Mecca.
I
would be
see
good.
that.
Yeah, like I would absolutely love it, and I will make it happen eventually.
Yes.
Like
You'd
I'm
be perfect
manifesting
for that.
and I'm praying for that. Thank you.
We're claiming it.
Yeah,
Claiming
claiming
energy.
it. Yeah, speak that into
Manifesting.
existence.
Yeah,
Like me on like one of those big billboards, even like in Dubai.
I can see
that,
Like I
for
can see like a
sure.
Sephora
Yep.
campaign, like just being up there, people driving by. I've seen like Huda Beauty on there. I look at her
Yeah.
for a lot of
Oh, Huda
I
inspiration.
love her
amazing.
makeup.
Yeah, I would love to also meet Huda Beauty. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I know it. I'm really big on like speaking things into existence and
Yeah.
just like say not if and how
If,
and when.
it
like,
is.
It's when.
Well,
it
hopefully
is,
this
you know?
can reach her. Yeah. And then she can.
Her right now.
Hi, Huda.
Yeah.
Love you. You inspire me. No, but seriously, like I think that would probably be the top two. And then if we're looking at maybe like, I don't know, a luxury brand, maybe something like Dior would be really cool. Even
Yeah.
that could be on like a beauty basis
Yeah.
too. But I think, yeah, definitely Sephora or Mecca. Like imagine walking into the store 2 too, and you can just like
To see your face.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who have done that as well.
Yeah.
So I know it's not unachievable. Like no dream is too big in my opinion.
No,
Just
exactly.
go for it. And have I turned a brand deal down? Yes, many times.
Yeah.
I've turned down brand deals who, you know, again, if they're like trying to rinse me dry, like with all these unrealistic expectations, like can you do this. I think one time sometimes it's actually the big brands that do that, by the way.
Yeah.
I had this brand reach out to me and I was so excited because they had these, I don't know if you saw them, they were the viral dresses that have the shapewear in them.
Oh,
It
nice.
was like
wow.
3 years ago, it was
I
a
did,
craze.
yeah.
And like I used to be like more on the plus size, and so there's something like that. Even now, oh my God, I would love to wear something like that. But basically, I saw them everywhere. I saw celebrities promoting it, everything. And I was like, oh my God, like I would love to buy their product.
Yeah.
They actually reached out to me.
Oh, wow.
And I went, oh my God, this is so cool. Like I get to work with them. I think they asked for something ridiculous. They were like, can you give us 4 videos, 10 high quality images, a review on our website? We want to also run it as an ad. Like they were just asking the absolute most. And you know what they offered me? $80.
Wow.
And I went, honestly, I would have rather you asked me for free. Like
Yeah.
than
I
$80.
know.
It was
Yeah.
just, it was really
That's
disappointing. And that
crazy.
was back then before
Yeah.
like, you know, it was
Yeah.
a big thing
Yeah.
of like getting paid and you know, or everything like that. But I was like, I'm sorry, like it's just unrealistic. I would have rather you say, hey, we want 1 video for you for free. Here's a product.
Yeah.
Like because that back then I was like, whatever. But I was almost more offended with all the things that you were asking, especially when you got celebrities promoting your stuff. So that was an instance where I turned down a brand deal. I also had, like a sex toy. I don't know if I can say this on here, sorry. And also like lingerie. Those are the types of things that they don't really align with my brand identity.
Yeah,
yeah.
So nothing against it. It was just like sometimes, you know, you don't have to take on every single campaign that you're offered if A, you're not being compensated correctly, or even just getting some sort of value or exposure or whatever it is, and B, if it's something that doesn't align with your brand.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really funny you mentioned that it's the bigger brands. I think that because like they see creators obviously so excited to work with them, they're just gonna like milk it essentially.
100%.
So that's so good to know that like you got to be careful.
Absolutely.
Not get taken
Yeah,
advantage
and you got to
of.
Yeah.
stand up for yourself.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
100%.
All right, let's dive into talking more about the UGC workshop. I know we've touched on it a bit, but we just want to talk exactly about how you found the event. Like, what was some things you really, or insights you had about the day?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So I was like running off pure adrenaline yesterday. I was up from 4:30, like I said earlier, 18-hour day, but it went perfectly. Like it was
really did.
everything I wanted and more. And I think because it was my first proper UGC workshop running it, you know, I've done like MCing and I'm an interviewer. I've done the podcast. I've done the street interviews, whatever. It's so meh for me, you know.
Something new,
Yeah,
essentially.
but this was something new. Like I've always wanted to do public speaking. I always looked up to people who did the TED Talks and stuff like that. So for me, I was like, no, I would love to do that because it's so different. But it's so different because now you've got a live audience and the nerves kick in. And honestly, as confident as I am, I genuinely felt like I was going to throw up. I was
You
like,
couldn't
oh
even
my
tell.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good
You
to
hit
know.
it.
But I was like, literally, my mum's on the phone with me and she's like giving me hype. And then I got my brother as well because he's run a million workshops too. You know, I've got like just all of these people just giving me encouragement. And it was also good because I got to work with obviously Jasmine.
Yeah.
She's my best friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout
so
out.
that was shout out to Jazz, best friend since birth, literally. So having that, and then also my sister came and my other best friend came. So just having that, and I had people who were here to support me. And also the fact that people came through that didn't know me. I think that was really cool. Like you really see value in what I have to teach.
Exactly.
And the way just you guys, like Ames, what you did for me. I think I had a moment yesterday where I really got emotional because I was taking it all in. And it was the little details. These guys go so, like you guys, it's like go hard or go home, honestly. The props. Now the floral arrangements are coming in. What? The catering, it was amazing. I've got a friend he's really like picky with food and stuff. He's like, the catering's amazing. A popcorn machine?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what? And then just even like the layout with the lights and everything like that. I was like, all of this, like, not obviously, it's not just for me, it's for AIMS and it's for obviously the creators and everything like that too. But I was like,
It's like your own mini TED talk.
yeah, I'm like, is this my
Literally.
life? Like, I envision this, and the fact that it's happening, it's such a huge career milestone for me. You know, for anyone who doesn't know, I literally didn't go to uni, and I worked my way up in corporate, and then I quit impulsively, and I had no backup plan, and I was just like, no, I'm like going all in, I'm just doing it. And for this to happen, like, I think I'm feeling amazing. In the beginning, I was like a little bit nervous, you know. I think you always have a plan where
It's like
you're
the
like,
unknown for the first time in a while. Yeah,
but you have a plan where like, okay, I'm going to do this intro and I'm going to do it perfectly, and then you get up there and you're like, okay, it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, but I'm still able to free flow and just wing it and get it done. You just got to flick it on, switch it on, and yeah, I think the crowd was amazing. It was very interactive too. I was obsessed. I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy.
Everyone loved it too. Got so much good feedback from everyone as well.
Oh, I'm so happy.
We also did little gift bags for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was
cute.
like an extra touch. We had like mini tripods and lights for like the creators that came. So if they wanted to start a career, they could. So it was really fun day, honestly. Even though it was so long and we all got home really late and we're really tired today.
Our hour drive home.
Hour drive
home.
Oh, bubs. Yeah, no, honestly, it was great. And what I love about AIMS, like, all of you guys just really, it's just all hands on deck. Everyone was just helping where they could.
We have an amazing team here.
Yeah, and I think just the fact that if anyone needs help with events and like PR and things like that, like, you guys, you go hard.
Hit us up.
It's amazing. I love
we
it.
really do,
Being
yeah.
extravagant, I'm like, even the cars outside, the way they were lined up and everything, I'm like,
And the
what?
red carpet
Shout out
too.
to Jordan.
Red carpet.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jordan who got us that red carpet and lined up all the cars for us. Yeah, he really helped us out.
What a guy.
If you have one highlight of the night, what would you say it would be?
Oh, that's a great question. To be honest, I think the Q&A.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Everyone was so curious about, like, they're all
Yeah.
asking questions.
Yeah, I think that was really the best part, because I don't know, I feel like that's where everyone got into it. Everyone brought some really good questions. There was really valuable insight. We could expand a little bit more. And it wasn't just stuff about UGC too. We had Pedro who killed it up there as well, talking about viral content. And, you know, the discussions that we were able to have and the input that he had as well. And just everyone was kind of bouncing off each other. And yeah, I was just like shocked. I'm like, oh my God, so many questions from so many people.
No, I think almost like 60% of people asked a question.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was actually such, I remember there were people coming up to me, they're like, maybe just ask a question. I'm like, no, it's good. And then it went for like probably 45 minutes was our Q&A session.
Literally. We were
it was
expecting
amazing.
it to be quicker
Really
than that.
short,
Yeah.
It was amazing. I think that was probably the highlight. And obviously, you know, there's the talking and networking with other people. Even post-workshop, I was able to talk really one-on-one with a lot of people. It's hard when it's kind of like you're the star of the show, as much as I do love it. You've got to also be good at hosting in the sense of being able to talk to multiple people and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I just got to speak to this person, that person. But there were some amazing people there last night.
Yeah.
I adored everyone. It was just such a beautiful energy in the room. You
A
know?
room full of talented people.
Yes,
Everyone was
absolutely.
super supportive and
Yeah.
everyone was honestly just here to learn. Like,
Yeah.
I think. Oh, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no, you're good.
But I think also one thing that was a highlight for me was it didn't matter what level you were at on, you know, whether you're a beginner or advanced. If you're a content creator, I think one of the guys here, what's his handle? Something Richie.
Insert Richie.
Yeah, he's got like 1 million followers.
Yeah.
He was out here asking me a question. We had Sarah Amelia.
Yeah.
She was here. She's a massive creator. She got like influencer of the year.
Veronica B.
Veronica
Yeah.
B. We had, you know, so many people who know the industry so well, and even they all said like we learnt a lot of valuable information, like the way that you deep dived into UGC. There's so many things that we didn't really necessarily know about, and there was really some good questions. So
Yeah.
I think, you know, you should always be willing to learn. Doesn't matter what level you're at. Don't get too much of an ego.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay, so let's just dive into some personal questions, I guess. I know we've been asking you and you probably exceeded the word limit for the day
Spice
already.
it up a little bit now.
Okay, what is the best piece of advice that you've learned and who gave it to you?
I've got so many pieces of advice. Like I really like to be around a lot of people that are better than me and like entrepreneurs who are doing the most. But I think one thing that always kind of sticks, and it was so random, I got it from Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh.
Okay.
Maverick. And it was something as simple as think less, do more.
I like that.
And it's just so true. Like I'm such an action taker.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Ames too. You guys are just big on like, here's an idea, let's actually execute it. And I think that there's so many, Alex Hormozy says it, big successful entrepreneur, he says there's so many wantrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So it's like you can go and talk about all these things that you want to do, but like now you're overthinking it. Like think less and just do it. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then there's other things like, I think my brother, he always says it, I don't know who he learnt it from. It's like simple scales, fancy fails. So I think it's also
I've
trying.
heard that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah,
like that.
so it's just like sometimes if you're trying to get everything perfect, it's good for the perfectionist. If you're trying to get everything perfect, it's like, okay, well, how sustainable is that? Like keep it simple, stupid, and just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
How would your closest friends describe you in 3 words?
I actually just asked Jasmine this. So how would you
Smart, very
describe me? But it's pretty similar to what I'd say anyways. I think she said bold, extroverted, and funny. Then she was saying things like yapper. I'm like, bitch.
Well, yuppie.
Yeah, well,
Don't worry.
No, but I'd probably say, yeah, bold, extroverted. I mean, she said funny. I'm not going to call myself funny, but she said it.
I think you're funny.
I'll
I think
approve.
you're funny.
I feel like I'm just dramatic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another. If you ask my sister, she'd say dramatic. And she's
That makes it
she's
funny though.
Dramatic,
Yeah.
brat, bitch.
Hater.
Sorry, just
Hater.
bleep my swearing, guys.
Okay, if you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Some people might be like, ew, Lulu. But I don't know. I love them. Probably like Kim Kardashian.
No, me too.
Seriously.
I just want to know what it's like to like live like them for one day.
Or even if it's Chloe or Kylie, but probably Kim, because I got asked a while ago, like, who do you feel really inspired by? And I said Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And also, I probably say like her and like Huda Beauty. Those are 2 people that I feel really inspired by, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I think like from a work perspective, Kim, because realistically she does the stuff that I love doing and aspire to do. Like that's the reality. There are things that obviously maybe I don't agree on and certain controversial topics that I won't get into now for sure, but I'm sorry, she's got her own beauty brand, she's got her own shapewear brand,
Yeah.
she's always on campaign shoots, behind the scenes, creative directing, then on set, modeling in the shoots, then she's on shows, then she's on talk shows.
She's a lawyer now
She's
too.
a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think these are all really, really great things. And then you got someone like Huda Beauty who is like Huda Beauty would be someone I would like to swap with as well. Actually, she's a businesswoman, blogger, and just heart of gold. You know, the things that she stands for. It's like you can actually be a human and still be really successful and really well known, and she's very humble. You can tell.
I was just about to say humble. I
Humble.
think that's the
Yeah.
word I would describe her
Yeah,
with.
so probably those 2.
Low key Kris Jenner too.
Oi, Chris,
I love
honey, love you.
Can I be added to your daughter list?
Yeah.
Do you need another child?
Another child.
And since we're on the Lunchtime Chit Chats podcast, if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's actually an Arabic meal. It's called mlahiye or mansaf. Don't at me if I didn't pronounce that right. Anyways, it's kind of like, it's like it can be made differently, but it's either chicken or lamb. I think the traditional way is with lamb, but my mum, she makes it with chicken. So it's like chicken with like in a soup with turmeric, so it makes it yellow, and then it's got like onion and burghul. I can't even fucking say that. I don't even know what that is in English, but it's not lentils, not rice. It's something in between. I don't even know. I'm not good at cooking, guys. Sorry. And then it's got like kibbe in it as well. And you can drink the soup. It's just, it is my favorite meal ever. And I can just continuously eat that. And to be honest, any sort of Syrian, Lebanese, Arabic dish, I love it. They're so versatile, you know?
In our first episode, we all actually went around and said our favorite foods, and we were so basic. Like I was like pizza, pasta, sushi. So we love that. We love something so personal. I love that.
Of course.
Great. Okay, guys. So, because we have Lulu here, we thought we'd do a little taste test. So I have some jujubes here. So they're actually called royal jujubes. So we're going to do a little ASMR for you guys.
Can I tell you guys something?
That's her nightmare.
I have misophonia, like really bad. It's like, it's self-diagnosable, just FYI, but I cannot handle chewing noises.
Do you want to take the
Should I,
headphones
like,
off?
take the headphones off? Because I genuinely, like,
It's terrifying.
it's really, really bad. Like, it
Yeah.
crawls under
No,
my
no.
skin and I get angry.
It is such like a weird sound though, like
Yeah.
hearing someone eat.
I think even I have this, it's like a sensory issue. So even if I listen to someone who does like a voiceover or talks in a video, if I can hear the sounds of your mouth, I'm like, can you? You're too close to the mic.
Yeah.
Step back,
Step
you know,
back.
like, and that's coming from someone who's always on a mic. But I don't mind crunching, just the lips.
the
lip
smacking.
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 Oh. No,
That's
I
what it
can't,
is to
yeah.
me. So maybe I'll take my headphones.
yeah,
you
no.
guys do that thing.
I've actually never tried these before.
It's really good.
This is
I
our
love
lunch
royal
today, royal jujubes.
Do you just like bite it? Like
Yeah, I think there's a seed, so just be careful.
Maybe get the tissues too.
Yeah,
though.
go with the tissues,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm just
Oh, I was like
scared.
trying to get into it. Okay, so
Here's
Lulu
some
will-
tissues for everyone.
I'm just going to do that for a second. Can't help it.
I did not know this about you, so it's good that you let us know because I was like crunching and you're like,
Okay, we ready?
never going back on this
Alright,
podcast.
let's try it.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
It kind of looks like an apple.
Yeah, the texture is like an apple.
Apple/pear is what I'd say.
Yeah, it's got that pear.
I kind of like it.
I really like it.
I could sit
got-
here and snack on these.
My teta, my nan, she tried it, and I can't remember which fruit she described it as, but she said it's good. I just know my dad would be the type of person to just like munch on this all day.
No, literally, I could.
My mouth's all full, but it's the perfect size.
It
It's like
is.
tiny, so it's good. I feel like whenever I have an apple, I never finish the whole
Yeah, it's
thing.
too big.
This is perfect.
It's like mini apples.
It literally
I
is.
love mini food, so it's like just a
Yeah.
mini apple.
I feel like it's like looks like a mini apple, but tastes like a mini pear.
Yeah.
Yes.
it
Oh my
is.
gosh.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
I didn't realize like the inside's green.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's kind of cute, the color.
Oh, come on. I think that's everything.
I think that is everything.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Oh, you guys are keeping track.
Well,
We're back.
We're back.
Well, I'm back.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
No, thank you for having me.
And-
oh, sorry.
No, you go, you go.
Thank you for having me. You guys are great hosts.
Thank you.
honestly.
You're a great guest.
Stop. Guys. I can't wait to do this again. When I come back from
wait.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lulu gave us all the insights, she gave us all the tips, and we definitely want to share it on the podcast. So we're really excited that you are our first guest. We'll always remember you.
OG.
Oh my God.
Right.
Well, thank you guys. I'm going to plug my socials for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Follow me on Instagram at Lulu Laureen, and I'm also on TikTok too. So, yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Check out her content. It's amazing.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for the second Yap with Lunchtime Chit Chats. Signing up from your hosts, Alicia.
Victoria.
And Alyssa.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
bye.